Hi, my name is Dan Hammer, and today I want to share with you the following phone script marketing strategy. As I shared in the video Marketing 101, all marketing is letting people know what you're doing. And this phone script marketing strategy is a simple way to do that. But like any marketing strategy, it requires a consistent and disciplined approach. Our goal in this video is to help you understand how to consistently implement this marketing strategy. Plus, we've created a PDF of the material I'm about to review with you. You will find this PDF on the right side of your training page under the key resource tools. This way you can download it to your computer or electronic device, and you can print it off to make any adaptations to the material I'm about to present to you. So let's get started. So the purpose of this marketing strategy is again to let people know what you're doing. Some people would prefer to contact their database by telephone instead of through email. Also, some of your contacts don't have email addresses. To assist you, we've created this simple phone script to help you effectively market nitric oxide therapy. Our goal is to use a phone script to interest them in getting this life-enhancing information, what is our nitric oxide therapy ebook, which again we'll show you later in this presentation, that can effectively improve their cardiovascular health. If they have an email address, then you can send it to them via the following URL. Again, oursynergyfamily.com/NO therapy is where you would find this ebook on nitric oxide therapy. If they don't have an email address but are interested, then set up a time to meet them at a convenient location that has Wi-Fi connections. There you can pull up the ebook on your computer and play any of the needed videos. We'll discuss this later and how to best do this. And if they live too far away from you, then you can use other platforms like Skype or Zoom to be able to connect with people and show them your presentation. Now, most people have 500 or more contacts, and if you use this systematic approach, you can effectively create interest in nitric oxide therapy. This interest will create product sales. But to be effective, we recommend that you lead with information. We suggest that you always talk or write in terms of nitric oxide therapy. If your prospect is interested, then they'll ask you about what product or products they need to effectively harness the benefits of nitric oxide. Now here's a quick overview of what this marketing strategy is like. There's an initial phone call. We would recommend making at least 5 per day, Monday through Thursday. Don't make them on Friday, don't make them on Saturday and Sunday. Focus on Monday through Thursday. If you're doing 5 per day, that's 20 per week. That means that you're going to make 80 to 100 phone calls per month. So if you implement this phone call marketing strategy and you've got 500 or more contacts, this could be a 4, 5, 6 month program, or you could accelerate it where you do 20 calls per week, where instead of doing 5 calls per day, you do 10 calls per day. You need to make the decision on how many calls, but make sure that it's at least 5 calls per day. If they're interested, then you send them an email with the URL to our nitric oxide therapy ebook, or you set up an appointment to meet them and show them our ebook. Again, that appointment would be either a physical location because you live close enough to each other, or you could set up an appointment through Skype or Zoom. And your goal is to build your potential client list as well as gain customers. And that client list, both customers and potential clients, you can then do a drip campaign, send new information, and share client stories to again provide third-party validation to how nitric oxide therapy could be beneficial to them. So let's see what your initial phone call would look like. Again, I just want to remind people, marketing is all about letting people know what you're doing. And you want to do it in the context of a mission. In this case, we use the Million Lives Project. Like any guideline, always feel free to adapt it to your own needs. Now, your phone script has 3 parts to it. It has an introduction, a story, and a call to action. You will have different responses to your call to action. We've given you some suggestions on how to answer those responses, as well as how to handle some common objections. Now, this is what we would recommend for your phone script. Again, understand that this is in a PDF on the right side of your training page that you can download to your computer. You can then print it off. You can make adaptations to this phone script. Again, this is just a suggestion, but we do recommend that you have something in front of you that will give you direction. Now, as I read this phone script, it was designed to be conversational, which means that once it was created, it was read out loud so that when you hear it, if it does not sound like you having a conversation with a person on the telephone, then you need to adapt whatever phone script that you use so that it is conversational to the person that you're talking to in the way that you would talk to them. So here goes. Hi, Joe. Hey, this is Dan Hammer, and then any pleasantries that you want to use before you get into the heart of your phone script. Once you've gotten through those pleasantries, then this is what I would recommend. Joe, the purpose of my call is to ask you for your help. I'm working with a group called the Million Lives Project. Their goal is to get into the hands of 1 million people or more information on what's called nitric oxide therapy and how it can naturally address most cardiovascular health challenges. Health challenges like heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetic complications, sexual and cognitive function concerns, poor wound healing, as well as improved athletic performance. They've created a fantastic ebook that I can send to you by email. There's no cost, there's no obligation, just excellent information on how this Nobel Prize winning research can naturally address most cardiovascular health concerns. Joe, would it be all right if I send you this information? And once I ask that question, I want to stop talking and let them respond with a yes or no. If they say yes, then say, great. I'm not sure if I have your email address, so what email should I use? Again, you may have their email address, but you want to use that question to confirm their email address. Once you have it, excellent. As soon as I get off the phone, I'll send you an email with the URL to this ebook. You can easily open it up on your computer. You can also download it to any electronic device for easy access later on. And then finish up with, Joe, would it be all right if I follow up with you to make sure you received it and answer any questions you might have? And again, once you've asked that question, be quiet, wait for their response. If yes, then determine a day and time that works best for them and put it in your calendar to make sure you follow through. Say goodbye so that you can send them the email and make your next call. If they're not interested in a follow-up call, then say something like this. Well, Joe, if you have any questions on the information, then please either call or send me an email. I'm no expert on this, but I'll share with you what I know. And if I don't have an answer, I'll get one for you. Thank you for being a part of the Million Lives Project. And then say your goodbyes so that you can get on to the next phone call. Now, when you send that email will have a summary, a story, directions, and a call to action. So here's a suggested email, which again can be adapted as you see fit. Dear Joe, thank you for taking my call today. It was great catching up with you. I wanted to follow through on your request for the nitric oxide therapy ebook. Just click on the following URL. And again, when they click on this URL, it's going to take them to our nitric oxide therapy ebook. As I shared with you, I'm part of the Million Lives Project. Their goal is to get into the hands of 1 million people or more information on nitric oxide therapy and how it can naturally address most cardiovascular health concerns. Cardiovascular health concerns like heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetic complications, sexual and cognitive function, poor wound healing, and improved athletic performance. I wasn't familiar with this Nobel Prize winning information, but once I understood it and applied it, I wanted to help them accomplish their goal of getting this life-enhancing information into the hands of as many people as possible. Personally, I benefited from nitric oxide therapy through improved athletic performance. My wife Sherry benefited by seeing her blood pressure go from 160/90 to 112/68, all by using this natural process to address her health concern. This information on nitric oxide therapy is in the ebook. If you have time, I would read each page and watch all the videos. Cliff Notes version. However, if you're pressed for time, here's my suggestion to help you quickly understand how nitric oxide therapy could benefit you and your loved ones. Review pages 11, 12, and 13 and pick the one video that best addresses your health concern. Watch this video. The next best video to watch is on page 5, which is The Truth About L-arginine. This video will help you understand how critical this amino acid is to your overall health. Finally, I would watch the video on page 8 titled The Truth About L-citrulline. This amino acid is as important to your nitric oxide production as L-arginine. As you watch the videos and go through this information, please write down any questions you might have. While I'm no expert in this area, I might be able to answer your questions, and if I can't, then I'll get the answer. If you've established a time to meet with them for follow-up, then put that date and time in that next section before one final thought. That way you can confirm in your email the day and time that you're going to call them back. One final thought. If you see the value of this information, then I would suggest sharing this URL with others. The Million Lives Project is all about working together to bring this information to 1 million people or more, helping others understand that there is a natural way to address most cardiovascular health concerns through nitric oxide therapy. Thank you again for accepting this information and being a part of this health movement. If you have any questions, then please either email me or call me directly at 630-936-8079. Have a blessed day, Dan. And again, on that last line, if you have an established day and time to follow up with them, then put that in there. If you have any questions, then we'll talk about it on such and such a day at such and such a time. Have a blessed day, Dan. So again, this is a suggestion on what you would put in your email. Just like we had a suggestion on your conversation with the person to create interest, this is the suggested email that we would recommend sending to that individual. You can adapt it to your own voice. And when you're coming to sharing a testimonial, maybe you don't have a testimonial, that you just joined Synergy Worldwide, then you don't really have an established testimonial of what nitric oxide therapy has done for you through the use of Progeny Plus. You can always borrow a testimonial. So for example, you could borrow a testimonial in this email, something to the effect of, let's read this first paragraph. I wasn't familiar with this Nobel Prize winning information, but once I understood it and applied it, so you would change it. Once I understood it and saw how other people benefited from it, I wanted to help them accomplish their goal in getting this life-enhancing information into the hands of as many people as possible. I've seen people benefit from nitric oxide therapy. Some have benefited through improved athletic performance. Several individuals, one in particular comes to mind, who benefited by seeing her blood pressure go from 160 over 90 to 112 over 68. How many people do we know that have this issue? And she did it all by using this natural process to address her health concern. So again, you can adapt and borrow someone else's testimonial on how nitric oxide therapy has benefited them. Now let's go back down on your PDF. So you may get some common objections that as you use your phone script, the person says no. That when you give them that initial phone script and you give the call to action to see if they want the nitric oxide therapy ebook and they say no to you. Well, that could be an awkward situation. Our recommendation is, again, have this printed out so that when you get a no, you know exactly what to say so that there is not an uncomfortable amount of silence on the phone. And this is what we would suggest when you hear that no. Okay, but if you change your mind, Joe, then give me a call. I'll send it to you at that time. But before I go, can you do me a favor? This is really important to use that, because when you ask for a favor with a question mark, most people are going to respond with, what's that? And they may respond with hesitation, but that's okay. This is all helping you exit that phone call in a positive way and plant a seed in their mind for future engagement with you. So this is what you would say. If you come in contact with anyone that has cardiovascular health issues, then please keep me in mind, as this information could definitely benefit them. Again, thanks for listening. I'm going to say goodbye. I've got a couple more people I need to call. Say goodbye to Joe or whoever you're talking to and get on to your next phone call. Maybe you get a response, well, can you mail me a copy of this ebook? Here's your answer. No, while I would like to do that, it only comes as an ebook. So the only way I can get it to you, Joe, is through an email. Or we could meet and I could show you the information. Would you like to do that? And again, if the person that you're talking to lives close by, then set up a meeting that would work best for the two of you. Or you could use a Skype call or the Zoom platform to meet them through the computer if they're a long distance from you. Maybe you'll get a question, are you trying to sell me something? Again, the answer is no. I just want to share this life-enhancing information with as many people as possible. Would you like me to send it to you? Again, you'll notice that we keep coming back with questions. When you make a statement in response to their question, you always come back with a question to create a call to action. Would you like me to send it to you? Here's another question you might get. Well, what's this nitric oxide therapy? Well, we put this question in this common objections section to give you a guideline on how best to answer this. It's important to not get into a long conversation about nitric oxide therapy because you want them to get the ebook. So here's our suggested answer to that question, what is nitric oxide therapy? This is Nobel Prize winning research that helps you understand how the lining of your cardiovascular system, when properly nourished, produces this molecule called nitric oxide for improved blood flow. The ebook I'd like to send you will help you better understand how this natural method can significantly improve most cardiovascular health concerns. What's the email address you would like me to use so that I can send you the nitric oxide therapy ebook? Again, enough information, and you come with a question because you want to get them back to accepting the nitric oxide therapy ebook. That's your primary goal on your call. And as I've shared with you, again, you can take these answers, print them off, make any adjustments to them that you want to so that it sounds natural to you, and that when you're on the telephone, you have your phone script on one page, you have answers to objections on a second page, so that when you do your phone call, you know exactly what to say, and if you get an objection, you know exactly what to say to handle that objection and lead them with a question to get a call to action or a response to accept the nitric oxide therapy ebook. Now, if they want to do a personal one-on-one meeting, we would suggest that you meet at a location that's convenient for everyone. Make sure that that meeting place has Wi-Fi internet access. And after getting through your pleasantries, we would then recommend that you open up our ebook on your electronic device. Now I'm doing this on a split screen on my computer so that you can see how to go through this one-on-one presentation. Now once you open up the ebook on your computer, we would recommend that you would click on this pop-out button. And the reason for clicking on the pop-out button is it's going to pull up a PDF on your computer that makes it easier for you to go through the actual ebook. We would recommend starting with the first page about how they can empower their heart with breakthrough nitric oxide therapy. Again, there's key words here: empower their heart, breakthrough nitric oxide therapy. And as you scroll down, you see that we have a table of contents, and you want to start with the first page. Why I believe in nitric oxide therapy, why you believe in nitric oxide therapy. And on that page, you can highlight that this is Nobel Prize winning information. You can highlight the book from Dr. Ignarro, No More Heart Disease, how nitric oxide can prevent, even reverse, heart disease and strokes. And you can even read the quote taken directly from Dr. Ignarro's book on what nitric oxide therapy can do to improve a person's cardiovascular health. Again, all this is third-party validation to why nitric oxide therapy is so important to them. So then go to page number 2 and answer in their mind what is nitric oxide, and just use the highlighted information, the information that's in bold. Well, this is a miracle molecule, and all nitric oxide does is act as a signaling molecule. It causes something else to occur, and it has 3 key benefits. First, nitric oxide relaxes the smooth muscle of the vascular wall, causing vasodilation for improved blood flow. Second, nitric oxide keeps blood platelet cells from sticking together. This reduces your risk for strokes and heart attacks. And third, when your nitric oxide levels are high enough over a long enough period of time, it can initiate reparative mechanisms to heal damage done to the endothelium. And as you've gone through this page, then page number 3 is highly important, because it's going to give them a snapshot of the potential damage to their vascular system. So get their age, and if they don't want to tell you their age, ask them to point to the age category that best represents them. And then once they've pointed to that, you can help them understand that that's the potential damage that has happened, that as your nitric oxide levels have decreased over time, the potential for damage to your vascular system increases. So as we help you understand nitric oxide therapy and rebuilding your nitric oxide levels in your bloodstream, we can help to prevent some of this damage from continuing, possibly even reversing some of that damage as one of the benefits of nitric oxide. And while there is some other great information that's in this PDF, we would recommend that you would scroll to page number 11, 12, and 13 so that they can understand how nitric oxide therapy can address specific cardiovascular health concerns like high blood pressure or diabetic complications or sexual function or cognitive function. Maybe it's wound healing or athletic performance. Again, as you have your conversation with the individual that you're meeting, identify which of those 6 concerns they might have. And once you understand their concern, maybe it's high blood pressure. Go back to the high blood pressure image, and if you click on that image, if you're connected to Wi-Fi at the location that you're meeting, or if you're connected with them through the internet, they can pull this up on their computer, they can click on this image, and then they can watch the video. In fact, you can watch the video with them. Now, once that video has finished playing, then ask them a very simple question. Let's say the person's name is Joe. Joe, what piece of information stood out for you? Don't ask Joe, did you like the video? All you're going to do is get a yes or no response, and there's no ability to gauge in conversation. Ask Joe, what piece of information stood out for you? That way Joe will tell you what spoke to him, and it will begin to be able to create for you a conversation about how nitric oxide therapy could be beneficial to them. And as you continue using this, you can let Joe know that you are part of the Million Lives Project. And the goal of the Million Lives Project is to help Joe and a million people like Joe understand how nitric oxide therapy could effectively address most cardiovascular health challenges. So let him know that you are part of this mission and that he has benefited from this mission. And not only has he benefited, but Joe, do you know other people that have high blood pressure or diabetic complications? And once you ask that question, be quiet, because Joe's thinking, or whoever the person you're talking to is thinking, yeah, I've got some family and friends. Great. Joe, would we be able to get this information into the hands of the people that you know? Be a part of the Million Lives Project, helping them understand how nitric oxide therapy could naturally address their cardiovascular health concerns. Again, blessing lives with better health as we share this information with people. You're trying to make Joe become an advocate for you to share this information. And as you share this information, you can let Joe know that if nitric oxide therapy is something that he wants to experience, then there is a product of choice. There are hundreds of products in the marketplace, but our product of choice is Pro-Arginine Plus from Synergy Worldwide because it's the only clinically proven L-arginine supplement in the world. And then if you want to get into the reasons why, they're there. It's also the only recognized L-arginine supplement in the medical community. It's been in the physician's desk reference now for the last 4 years. Again, understand that this PDF was created in 2016. In 2017, Pro-Arginine Plus was again in the physician's desk reference. 2018, we haven't yet heard if it's still in the physician's desk reference. That will come out shortly. We'll most likely get notified from Synergy Worldwide if that's the case. So again, you can adapt that we've been in the physician's desk reference now for the last 4 years. 2014, 2015, 2016, it doesn't show the image for 2017. We're now again listed in the physician's desk reference for 2018 if that happens. And again, you can say we are the only L-arginine supplement recognized by the medical community. And we have the first line quote, Pro-Arginine Plus is the highest quality L-arginine supplement in the world. Joe, that's not me saying this. This is the medical community saying to you that if you're going to use nitric oxide therapy, the best L-arginine supplement in the world is Pro-Arginine Plus from Synergy Worldwide. And as you go down through this, we have 262 quality assurance steps. Joe, the reason why everyone's getting such good results with this product, 262 verified quality assurance steps, so that you're always going to get the same reproducible results. And if for some reason, Joe, you decide to use this product and it doesn't meet your expectations, then you have a 100% money back guarantee that Synergy Worldwide gives you in the first 120 days on the product. If you're not happy, you can return that product for a full refund on the cost of the product. Finally, there's a video here at the end. Again, this is a clickable link to that image that if you click on that image, this plays a video called the Pro-Arginine Plus Advantage, which again will help highlight all the reasons why Pro-Arginine Plus is the product of choice in helping people increase their nitric oxide levels and take advantage of nitric oxide therapy. So let's close this out and get back to some final suggestions on how to, again, use this phone script marketing strategy to build your potential client list. People who respond to you on your phone calls and want the nitric oxide therapy ebook or meet with you for the nitric oxide therapy ebook, again, we would suggest that you make a contact database. Use whatever contact management system that you want. It could be something simple on your computer that you have where you have the date that you called them, the name of the person. If they have an email address, put it in there so that you can put them into some type of email provider. I use MailChimp. I have over 1,500 customers in my MailChimp account that I send out a health newsletter on the 8th and the 22nd of every month. So again, what you want to do is you're looking to create interest so that you can continue to drip on them in what we call a drip campaign, as well as you're looking to create customers. Some people will become customers right from the beginning. Some people will become customers after maybe the 5th or 10th time. Maybe it takes a visit to their doctor's office where the doctor says, hey, under the new health guidelines for high blood pressure, you now have high blood pressure. So we need to treat that. And I'm going to give you some options. You can go and begin to make some lifestyle changes, or we need to get you on medication. Maybe the doctor doesn't give them the option for lifestyle changes. Maybe they just want to go right on medication. But if you planted the seed in their mind through your contact with them, and if you've got them on your contact database through something like a MailChimp where you're mailing to them on a regular basis, at least once a month, information that could be a benefit to them, or helping them understand how nitric oxide therapy is helping other people, or new research in the area of nitric oxide therapy, or videos that you come across on YouTube that you like that talk about nitric oxide therapy, as you continue to educate that person and keep yourself as a nitric oxide expert in front of them, when they get that type of information from their doctor, you're going to pop up in their mind, maybe I need to call Dan and talk to him about this nitric oxide and see if that could be a benefit to them. You don't know what's going to prompt that person to make the call But if you do not market, letting them know what you're doing and consistently helping them understand how nitric oxide therapy is a natural method for helping people improve their cardiovascular health and providing client stories and videos and research articles to all validate that, or key excerpts from Dr. Ignaro's book No More Heart Disease or Dr. John Cook's book The Cardiovascular Cure, all that is doing is helping to brand you in the mind of the people that you're talking to, that when they're facing a cardiovascular health issue, it's now time to talk to you about what nitric oxide therapy can do to help them. It all increases your probability for a positive outcome, which would be a sale, which then would help that person improve their cardiovascular health. Now, the last thing that I want to share with you is, again, for our Synergy family, our building block for success is our 10-10 Club. It's a systematic approach to building your Synergy business, your Synergy worldwide business, through one of three marketing strategies: nitric oxide therapy, microbiome research, and holistic skincare. You can find the initial landing page for our 10-10 Club at the following URL: oursynergyfamily.com/1010 Club. And if you have any questions, then please feel free to call me or email me. You can reach me at 1-800-966-3012. You can email me at dan@agingnomore.com. And if you've never liked us on Facebook, then please do so. Facebook.com// Our Synergy Family, where we share information, videos, keep you up to speed on things that are happening in our Synergy family. Thank you for your time. Hope this was helpful. And again, you'll find other marketing strategies as you go down the training side, the left-hand side of this page. You'll find other marketing strategies that you can implement to help you grow your client base, create your business story, attract other business builders to you, and then have a systematic approach to helping them build their Synergy worldwide business by choosing one of our marketing strategies and then using the training videos and the key resource tools that have been created for that particular marketing strategy to help them grow their customer base, which is the first 10 of the 10-10 Club, and their distributor base, which is the second 10 of the 10-10 Club. Again, thank you for your time, and if you have questions, please contact me.